Sip Squad Fly Boys, that's my logo. You already know though. It's PBS and Nation Gang, my niggas getting dodo. You pussy niggas, Frodo's fucking hobos looking so-so. 4K shot in slow-mo, haters salty like adobo. But Coco, we get loco. Hit them cashes, so no. You rap it, then we live it, cause we Stokely on the promo. We classy, Freddy, blasty, bitches, why you acting sassy? Can't stop and I won't stop. Guess I'm Diddy to your Cassie. No shiny suits, I'm spazzing. You ashy, I'm so flashy. Talking out your ass, goddammit, I'm just speaking cash shit. Haters get the shake it like they mama named the catch it. Father, all these rap wrestlers pay homage to me bastards. Sorry, I don't claim you. That's just what this fame do. Oh, you ain't down with Dream Team. Middle finger.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the most talked about YouTube / podcast / live show ever.
Ever.
And that is Top Rope Wrestling Talk. Welcome back to another week. So here we go.
Another day, really, because we had the watch along last night, and we're back today, and that was so much fun. Thank you again to Brian and Peter and Felipe.
Peter.
That was just an absolute ball. Like we talked about the show and a whole lot more. We'll probably talk about the shows again, because what else are we gonna do? Oh wait, we do have other stuff, but we're gonna talk about the shows again.
So joining me this evening, none other than the walking contradiction himself, the man that oozes creative machismo, Evil Evan. And also joining us, like always, the First Lady of Top Rope Wrestling Talk, Miss Latina Heat, Grandma Wendy, and her sidekick.
You're not cheap, you're not trying. We are petite, we still. We are petite, we still.
From Nick Aldis.
And also joining me right over there on my screen is the producer, the soundboard extraordinaire, the jack of all trades, the master of none, Dom.
Damn, that's a cold-ass honky.
And me, as always, the MJF scarf-wearing, high-class one, the man, the myth, the legend. Who am I, Dom?
Bruce.
I'm better than you.
Yes, I am.
And he knows it.
Fuck yeah.
See? Oh, man. So I think we got to jump in with something that became like a really hot button topic in the world of wrestling. And that was the multiple reports first thing this morning that NWA was closing completely, just going out of business. No more Power, no comeback, no YouTube, no nothing all day. And then at about, I want to say 2-ish, we get a statement from Billy Corgan saying, yeah, I don't know where that came from, and we will be back. We're just waiting for the right opportunity, which is what PETA had said in the first place. But let's start with when you first heard the news. What was your reaction to it? Were you buying it? Were you sad? Were you just like, this is bullshit?
I was kind of pissed off, but at the same time, with a company like that's getting off the ground. I mean, Billy's got money, but he doesn't have Tony Khan money.
No.
So I wouldn't have been surprised if it was true, but I'm glad it's not. That's for damn sure.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. I mean, I think we jumped into this a little bit at the end of the watch along last night because somebody had brought it up. And at first I thought it was just bullshit. And even Peter had said, I'm sure they'll be back when the time is right. And I was like, yeah, I wouldn't put too much into it. And then I woke up the next morning and I saw it wasn't just one report. It was like report after report after report after report, all of them claiming sources had said And at that point, I gotta admit, I got a little upset. Not angry, just sad. Like, this can't be it. It just can't be. Not on Rex Manning Day.
That's in April.
Shush you. It's like Rusev Day. It's every day. Conspirator.
I mean, at first I was like sad, like, damn, like, it's such a great show. This can't be happening, But then I thought about it a little bit more, and I remembered conversations you and I have had, Jose, about essentially how wrestling pages are yellow journalism. They don't really reach out to anybody. They don't actually genuinely talk to anybody. Their sources are probably just them talking to their buttholes in their mirrors.
Right.
You can't really trust them,
Or somebody texted Jim Cornette and he said it, and they're like, I'm running with it, sources say.
Exactly. So I was like, I don't want to believe it. I'm sad about it, but I don't really trust it either. Sorry.
I think that's where it went, where it started to seem like bullshit for me, because one of the reports had cited that, like, Jim Cornette leaving NWA was a major hit, and I was like, it was it? Because it seemed like a blip.
Really?
I think COVID hit them a little harder than Jim or Cornette in this case. You're going with the wrong C.
Yeah.
I know they both start in CO, but they end differently, and one had way more impact than the other. And as far as the NWA goes, I know Brucey's right. They don't exactly have like the con money behind them or anything, but they make money off their merch. They make money off their YouTube. They made some money while doing some pay-per-views and things, because they had a lot of buys for both of them. And having a small roster, it means you have a little bit of money to play with. Even Carneyland made them some money, so it's not like they're completely broke. They're just in a bad situation. And it's more of a situation like, where do we go? Who do we use as our head producer? And who do we use in our staff? Than it is financially. So if they would have said, like, we can't find anybody to come in for what Lasagna was making, I would have been okay with it. I would have believed that. After that, it just felt like bullshit. And then thankfully, Billy told us it was bullshit. And I was like, oh, God, good. Oh, precious. Oh, you're going to be with us forever. Yay.
Pretty sure Nick Aldis felt the same way.
I'm sure he did too.
He would have been fine. He would have been fine.
Honestly, I think it might have broke his heart if he realized he's like the last guy to ever hold this.
Yeah, but there was already a last guy before him when they first went out of business.
Oh, I know. But I don't think he wants to be that guy,
It's not his fault.
No, of course not. No,
You know
of
what I
course
was thinking?
What were you thinking?
Like, I was like, you know what? It's probably bull crap, but, if it is, man, wouldn't it be hilarious if this is AEW's second show?
I was thinking about that today. That was going
to be a follow-up question. Like, if the rumors were true, which we know they aren't, what do you think the NWA would do? And my answer was going to be, NWA is looking for a second show on a network, and AEW, and if they wanted to kind of work something out with NWA and put it back on a weekend like they used to be, I think that might get pretty popular pretty goddamn quick. So even if they went out of business, I don't think it would have been the end of them, because they had options. They were, a big deal when they came back. And
oh my God, that women's
not
roster
for COVID.
The women's roster, if that were to happen, would be stacked.
Oh yeah.
Come here.
Also, did you see the tweet from Thunder Rosa asking Sheeta, "Oh, was that an open challenge?" Ooh.
Yes, that needs to happen.
Do it and bring the NWA Women's title with you when you do it.
Yep.
That'd be so amazing.
Make it happen, Billy.
I'm so sorry. We're not even letting Evan chime in on this shit. Please, homie, do you have anything to add?
No. You guys pretty much shared what I was feeling.
We killed it before we passed it. That's
no.
That's bad etiquette.
When we saw the news, we didn't want to believe it, of course. But the sad thing about the news is that if it were true, it wouldn't be that far of a stretch, because we know that they are kind of in limbo right now. And so what this tells me, when Billy came out with his statement, Billy came out, definitive, saying that they are going to go ahead and that there are, greener pastures ahead. It leads me to believe that they have something in plan. Maybe he has discussion with a certain, somebody who's going to be taking that spot, or it leaves me hopeful. Billy wouldn't come out saying that it's going to happen if it wasn't going to happen. So I'm going to take Billy for his word. I'm glad that it turned out to be shoddy journalism, because like I said, when we read that news, man, our hearts, it all sank, because Carneyland was amazing. What Eli Drake was doing was amazing.
Yes.
That women's division, like Wendy said, was amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that they got
I was kind of
a
hooked
light
on
at the end of that tunnel.
I was kind of hooked on the Eli Drake show after it came out. Like I wouldn't obviously watch it on Thursdays because we kind of have a thing on Thursdays. But the next morning on like the way to take my wife to work or go wherever, like, yeah, I had that shit on. I'm not gonna lie, it was good. I even did the Eli Drake challenge and lost my belly. I'm all excited. So I'll be glad if they do get something going. It doesn't have to be wrestling shows, but if they can retool, get like Carneyland up and running again, and bring back like the Eli Drake
kind of
show,
content, anything on there.
and what's causing all this, and the lineup that they had, that would be great, at least for now. And I know they don't want to run a show without fans. Even Billy brought it up in his statement, and that's totally understandable, because you need that revenue if you're going to run shows. They're not in a spot
especially for
like
such a small. I mean, granted, they are more well known, but they're still a small promotion.
right. That's what I was about to say. You're not in a spot like AEW or WWE is, where you have all this network money that you can hang on to and pay people, and you're not on that level yet. So it's hard to put on a show without fans when you're taking a loss every time. So I get it.
Do you guys think they're going to replace Lasagna? And if so, who's going to replace them?
I know they're going to replace Lasagna, because that motherfucker got the boot like 3 weeks ago. Just get out. Fuck you, dirty bastard. Like,
Who would you replace him with?
For you. Oh, man, that's a tough one.
Brucey over there is thinking extra hard. Look at that steam coming off that head.
I know. Even I started getting my...
Listen, I'm breaking out the tagline. Honestly, I would love to see Bully Ray.
Okay.
That would be good. But he's probably going to end up in Impact, though.
I understand that. I'm just saying that's who I would like to see take it over.
Just like dream.
Yeah.
What's the word?
Fantasy.
Fantasy booking. Thank you.
Yes. I know he was already there. He had a little bit of a hand in things backstage too, even though he was working in the ring. But somebody like Kingston or Homicide, because they were already working on the production team during Power. If they wanted to promote one or both of them to kind of keep the true vision going that they already had, I'd be okay with that. They did a decent job, like in a supporting role. Maybe if they stepped up, they could keep things, keep that same thing that they had going when Power comes back.
Don't forget about Wade Barrett either.
True, Stu would be good too. I love our hobo clown. He's like, what if it's Raven? Raven is the one that broke this story, right? Saying that the NWA was closing.
Who listens to Raven?
Apparently nobody till he mentioned NWA, and then all
I'm gonna listen to the guy that does that. Even when he was wrestling, looked like he did meth.
Because who looks really honest? That Johnny Polo. He's an honest gentleman.
He's an honest
with a name like Johnny Polo,
right?
Honest.
That was so.
You mean the guy named Raven lied to you? When did that ever happen? Oh, right,
What?
every
No.
fucking time.
Never.
I'm pretty sure Raven lies to himself in the morning in the mirror, like, "Yep, still relevant."
Still relevant, still handsome.
Still can get back in the ring.
I was on Impact for 10 seconds.
Nevermore.
Oh, I love it.
Quote my last title run, Nevermore.
Nevermore.
Oh man, but yeah, I don't think it's gonna be Raven after he kind of blew them up and put this out there, and it was completely untrue. I don't think they'd hire him after that. Just a premonition, really. Not even a strong.
If I were Corgan, I'd mail him a steaming pile of dog poo. I'd be like, "This is what you, no love."
You're not even worth my poo. You might be able to auction that somewhere.
This isn't even my dogs, it's my neighbors.
Still a bigger star than you. Love, Billy.
No love, William Patrick Corgan. Period.
He's like, I made more money in 3 minutes today when my song played than you've made in 10 years.
Dead
Jeez.
ass.
Facts. All right, so since we have at least Evan and Jose who weren't in the watch along, I'm just gonna flat out ask the question. What did you guys think of Fight for the Fallen? Why don't we let Evan go first? He barely even got a chance to get in on it. We killed it. So let Evan go first this time.
It was a good episode of Dynamite, and that's about it. It didn't feel like it was any kind of special pay-per-view or special event that, you know, I get that what they were trying to do. They raise money, they raise funds. So I'm not knocking that, but the whole like, you know, tagline of it being like a special show, Fight for the Fallen, whatever. It was basically all hype for a main event that kind of honestly didn't really deliver, in my opinion. I wasn't a big fan of it. The end, I guess they're protecting him and all that with the towel, but I guess I was expecting more.
I didn't get that.
A bigger big deal in the main event, and I didn't feel it.
I didn't get the whole throwing in the towel thing. Like, the main event itself was fine. The referee gave him a little more leeway than he probably should have, and I know people complain about that when it comes to AEW, but I was okay with that part. I was okay with everything till Taz threw that orange towel. I was like, wait a minute, what? Like, you cannot try to sit here after 20 some odd years in the business and act like you have compassion for any person on earth. You not even Cage.
I have to say,
Hi, Peter.
I detest performing refs. I just want you to just stay there with your striped shirt
and do your job
and count. I don't need you to cartwheel or little faces. You're a statue to me.
I think the only one, at least in my book,
just ref. I hate AEW and their like refs that have personalities.
No, I was going to say the only one I think that can get away with it, as far as I'm concerned, is Aubrey Edwards, because I kind of like
I don't want it.
She does.
Shut up.
Well, it's you.
Count. Just do this. Look, can you do this? Thank you. Thank you. Next match.
All right, thank you for that take, Yoko Onozuna.
Terrible.
I know, I'm horrible.
Shame.
But
Shame.
Yeah, other than the towel getting thrown in.
You don't want the smoke. You don't want it. I didn't grow up in a white neighborhood. You don't want
neither did I, and I'm still here, so there's your smoke.
You don't. No. You don't. If you want to get into the dozens, and all you have is
the biggest. So the biggest thing that I had with this show was the tag team match between the Nightmare Sisters and whoever the hell that was on the other side of the ring with the crazy weave, the Shanae looking girl that I've never seen before. And
that weave was a setup.
MJ Jenkins.
Go back to your hairdresser.
Let
your cousin in her basement do your hair again.
That was unfucking believable. Like, that was just whack. Like, it was bad. And I've seen, I can't remember her name, but I've seen the other girl before on Dark. She does like the whole mean girl.
Squashed by Nyla last week.
Yeah, it got squashed. You know, but I just didn't think it belonged there. Outside of that, the rest of the show was pretty damn good in my book. I enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed chatting with Peter and Felipe and Brian. That was fucking amazing. Those guys, man, like, they didn't even want to get off it. I didn't either, but I was exhausted. Let's go to Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo. The First Lady. What did you think overall of, like, Fight for the Fallen?
I enjoyed it. It was good. I'm calling that a lace front is giving it a lot of credit. Okay, that was some bootleg acrylic shit she bought from
with some yak
off on like Malcolm X Avenue where nobody knows. All right, that wasn't even yak. That was not even yak.
Yeah, right? Yak might have been an upgrade.
Like best busted ass stuff. Anyways, back to my original.
What just happened?
Oh, I was reading a Hobo Clown's comment. He said,
"Yeah, Jose
was whack."
Yeah,
oh,
it was. But yeah, you were being too nice about that one, homie.
Mm-hmm. Overall, though, the show was good. That tag match, I don't even know what it was or why it was. I'm just gonna say that why.
I think
They're trying to like exhibit the Nightmare Sisters, which to be honest, that was a nightmare.
like I got
sister.
it. I understood it on Dark.
It was
I
bad.
did not on Fight for the Fallen.
No, it was
Like
just Brandy and Allie.
didn't need to
Well,
be.
it was clearly a plan B because QT Marshall, since he tested positive, I'm sure that spot was probably a match with him and Ali, and they had storylines were in for weeks. But once he tests positive, he's gone, and they probably had to scrap it and keep Ali involved
Indeed.
somehow.
You make a
Plan B's
great point there.
generous.
Yeah.
It might have been a
Plan B's
plan C.
generous. That's like a plan
They needed to
F.
keep.
For
Yeah, they
fucking
needed to keep
sucks.
Ali involved somehow, and so to keep them relevant, they just threw them together. It was clearly a plan B pairing.
I mean, otherwise the show, like top to bottom, was solid. I
Oh, no,
really
it was
enjoyed
good.
it. Even Peter said it wasn't bad. No, it wasn't at all.
Yeah.
And it kicked the crap out of NXT for the first time in a couple of weeks. So that was nice.
Can we the numbers
Okay,
thing? The numbers thing. AEW won. So what is the numbers for Bash at the Beach
Uh-huh.
beat AEW?
beat Fighter
Yes.
Fest.
Beat Fighter Fest. And Fighter
Both
Fest,
weeks.
both shows for Fighter Fest were
Correct.
way better.
Fire.
Correct.
But NXT won.
Yeah,
And this week
Correct.
AEW had like a good
was a
show,
good show.
not
It was
not
a
their
very good show.
best,
It wasn't their best, but it was very
and
good.
and destroyed NXT.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. In comparison, if you watched NXT, you were kind of like, huh? On several occasions. Like,
I think it's because we gotta understand that they have better marketing. When people saw what is it, Bash, American Bash or whatever, they were probably like, "Oh snap, it's a pay-per-view that we can watch."
They email
Or that
blasted
we
everyone
remember.
that owns the
Yeah,
network.
right.
Yeah, that's true because I got the email.
Yeah, and like so it looked to the to the
like as far as
it looks like
A
oh my
pay-per-view.
god, we're gonna it's a pay-per-view we can watch that is in
I
2
get it, because you're saying,
and you know what?
there are a
There's
lot
gonna be-
more. There are a lot more fans in wrestling who know what the Great American Bash is than Fighter Fest.
than Fighter Fest.
So when they saw it, they jumped at it, and that makes sense because it's a time-honored show. Fighter Fest is the
nostalgia
second.
beat, and at the same time,
Okay.
they were pumping the whole like. I would be surprised if they leaked that shit on purpose, and then we have 2 endings to this, and I'm like,
Yeah.
no, you don't.
No, I think a big part of it was leaking that Keith Lee won those belts because a lot of people
And that's
were
why
behind
everyone
Keith Lee.
yeah.
It was more of that than it was the Bash name itself, but
Oh, yeah,
that
absolutely.
played a factor in it too. So I agree. I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying I think it was more that Keith Lee won those both belts,
Yeah.
and people knew it, so they wanted to see it happen.
And during the whole bash, the feeds alone for wrestling news was just constant, like politics behind the scene for WWE.
Yeah.
But like during All American Bash, I was like, oh okay.
I love that
Watch
Hobo Clown. He's like, "Hey, Dom, great shirt." Yes, it is. It's one of Evan's Wrestling on the Brain shirts, which you can find at Evil Evan Illustration. It's cheap pop.
I heard a bit of a controversial, perhaps stereotypical reason why NXT's ratings would be down.
Okay.
Apparently, NASCAR had a big event, some all-star event.
Oh,
It was going to draw a huge audience, and it just so happens that, according to the people I was hearing from, WWE fans happen to be more of that NASCAR audience. Not to be stereotyping, who watches, the NASCAR. I'm not getting racial.
I want to
But
go
their
fast.
audience- Whereas
If you're not first, you're last.
Whereas the AEW audience, they're not, NASCAR's not their thing, and so they weren't gonna be
Right.
dwindled away and pulled away by that.
Yeah.
Whether that
AEW
actually has
more
something to
of
do
a
with it, I know
younger
that real sports are coming back soon, and I think all the shows are gonna be taking a big hit.
And they're like,
Yeah.
they're reaching
even,
for that one.
Oh,
You like
Brian.
jelly off a lake?
I almost forgot Brian showed up, and he was with us last night, and he said, yeah, besides that unbelievable tag match, I love Fight for the Fallen. Yeah,
I agree.
it's hard to knock it. And if you watched NXT, there were a couple, like, they had Keith Lee versus Dijakovic again, which is always great. The title match
It
between
was great
Ego
the first time,
Yeah, the title match between
not the 10th time.
Io and Tegan Knox was actually pretty solid. The rest of the card just had you kind of like Shotzi.
Even that
and
one, even the Tegan Knox. Did anyone really believe that she was going to win the belt?
No.
Or do we just?
I kind of wanted her to. I'm a fan, but I didn't think she was going to win.
Yeah. I would have loved to see like the betting odds on that because
that was one of those. As much as I knew she was going to win, she wasn't going to win. It was one of those don't make me choose matches because I love Tegan Knox and I love Io. And when I saw they were fighting each other, I was like, "Oh God, no! Don't make me do it! Don't make me do it! I can't watch. Who won?" But there were a couple of good matches. I don't, I guess they put the whole thing with Shotzi and Robert Stone and Aaliyah in to try to make it like he wasn't randomly hit with a tank, which you could have. You could have said she just randomly ran his ass over because she's her and he's him and she hates people like him. That's enough explanation. You didn't have to turn it into a feud, but you did. Okay. I don't care, but okay. Does anybody give a shit that Shotzi or Robert Stone are feuding?
Not really.
No.
I don't think even they give a fuck, to be honest.
I'm looking in the comments and it's crickets. Like anyone in the live feed that's part of our audience right now, you give a shit that like Robert Stone and Aaliyah and Shotzi Blackheart are having some kind of feud?
No. Hey,
does anybody find it odd that the original storyline was that Chelsea Green fired him because that she was going to be a big star and that he was holding her down? Yeah, she's been MIA. She hasn't been on TV since then. He's been the one every week in the audience.
He's been a hot mess week after week after week after week. And we always talk about how Bianca hasn't been on TV. We talk about how Shayna hasn't been on TV. But Chelsea dropped him to make him a hot mess to go to SmackDown. We have not seen her since, but we've seen Robert Stone as a hot mess for like a month and a half straight every week. So where the hell is Chelsea at this point?
Yeah.
Because we brought up Bianca and we brought up Shayna, and amazingly, they both popped up on Raw the following week. So maybe we can get these people on TV. I don't know. If we can, where's Chelsea at? It might work.
Probably she's with Matt. She's getting ready to come to NXT.
I don't think she can leave.
Not NXT, but
I know what you're trying to say, but I don't think she can leave, dude. She got a contract and all, unless they're gonna release her. Otherwise, it's sorry, we're breaking up this couple. Like all they did with Chelsea was like, we'll bring you up to SmackDown so we can use your boyfriend's pool. Is it the boyfriend still? Like fiance?
No, fiance.
Fiance's pool? Yeah, we'll bring you up because we need that pool for the Otis and Mandy segment. And then thanks, we don't have anything for you. We'll call you.
But do you think with now with the 90 days ending pretty much I think as of today sometime?
No, Saturday.
Whenever. You think he'll show up challenging for Cody's open title now that they're like brotherly love these guys?
He's gonna
I'd really enjoy that. If Matt Cardona showed up and tried to call out Cody for the team title.
Second question, maybe just my dumb stoner ranting.
No,
you
you're
think
fine.
he's making a mistake not like trying to like come up with like Dash Wilder came up with Cash Wheeler, like something that sounds similar?
Yeah.
Just going by Matt Cardova or something like completely like not sounding like Zack Ryder.
What would you call yourself if you were trying to keep it the same, like Rax Zyder?
He could still be called Zack Ryder, just spell it differently.
Yeah, bust a Taz and throw 2 Ks
That's all
on
you
there.
gotta do.
Oh yeah, like Taz put an extra
Put an extra Z, put an extra K.
Zach Kaka. Or just make it Zach
Ryder.
without the Zach without the C. ZAK.
It just seems weird. Like when you see that name on a marquee or on a flyer, I don't know.
Like
I've already time. I guess I gotta give it time.
I've already seen him kind of out there as Matt Cardona when they first, kind of sent him home and he did the whole internet championship thing. So I'm used to it, but I get what you're saying. Like he could still use Zach, just like take
most guys go that route.
ZAK Ryder, like RID.
Or he could just use a whole ass other name.
Yeah,
that's true too. I wouldn't know what the hell to call him. But yeah, I mean, he could still use it. I guess he just wants to be himself.
I want to see him do like some kind of creepy toy collector gimmick where he has like the figure of the person he's gonna fight and like is like obsessing over it and like
there was an AEW figures come out.
we
The
can consider
AEW
his
figures
previous
come out.
names: Brett Majors, Brett Matthews. He has options. He could go to
He
an
does. But
or
could you
he could just
imagine like
get a whole ass new name?
Major
imagine,
writer.
like-
Fuck it.
You know
Could
what?
you
To
imagine a
quote,
vignette-
EC3, you control the narrative.
right? But could you
The
imagine like
future
a vignette?
Impact champion EC3.
Could
No.
Huh?
maybe
I
not.
said it.
No.
But guys, could you
Saturday, we'll
honestly?
see.
I could almost see like a vignette of like AEW, like a truckload of their new figures coming out, and Matt Cardona like cutting it off and just jacking it, just taking
That's
off with
why,
the whole
yeah.
truck.
Crazy toy guy.
Like that would be
Like,
fucking
almost
amazing.
Like a Batman villain, like the toy collector.
Yeah, even Felipe is in here saying I don't want to see EC3 in Impact.
I don't either.
I don't either, dude. That's
No.
3 of us.
Or
4
Where do you guys want to see him?
AEW.
AEW.
They
So he can beat up Wardlow and choke out MJF?
I didn't go that far. But it wouldn't be.
I think for once
I'm
Bruce
against
and I are
it.
going to agree on this right
Can
now.
you see EC3 just taking that ring off him and sliding it on his pinky?
I kind of would like to see this now. I don't want my boy Toy Wardlow to get hurt, but if MJF is going to take it, it's going to get stiffed in the face. Yeah, Molly Wop take that.
No,
Right?
that's true.
No,
Yeah, I'm down.
no,
I think
fuck
we've
you
just
guys.
made. I was just about to say. I
I'm
think we
trying to
just made
spice the story up, you know?
Bruce's
I like
Bruce's blood pressure just hit 180 over screwed during this conversation.
it. Brucey baby,
I
breathe.
felt attacked.
Poor Brucey.
personally or
Personally, I felt personally
he
attacked.
dug
Like
that
you guys were
scarf.
attacking me.
He dug that scarf out of a box.
I'm
Just
not
because
sorry.
we called him out on it.
I saw him clenching onto his wedding ring as you were talking about the MJF's ring, and he was fucking shedding the tear.
Just imagine, like,
It was
he like
almost-
stiffs him. He
was
stiffs him,
almost as
and he like
bad.
hits up against the car, and then he grabs him, and he grabs his hand. He just takes the ring off, and he goes.
It was almost as bad as me earlier with Charlotte. Just no.
And
And then he walks away. He
And
walks
then
away. And
Proud
he's like,
and Powerful
"I'm the
comes out in their
gold."
clown outfits and starts dancing around.
Oh shit. Oh, Brian says
Shots fired.
C3 and Impact. Mac actually
he's
came
getting
up.
riled up. Ooh, what are
Mac
we
came
doing?
up
to him?
with a good
Ooh.
question, and the question was,
Woo.
what if Eric Young is the surprise at
I could see that.
Slammiversary? He got a Raw deal at WWE. He deserves another shot at the big time. That would be cool. I've always liked Eric.
I could see that.
Yeah, with Scott D'Amore is a big fan of his. I know he's still back there
Yeah,
pulling
I
strings.
mean, Scott
so.
D'Amore brought him into TNA in the first
Yeah.
place. So if
Wasn't
I've heard he's
Eric
supposed to be
Young-
returning.
Wasn't Eric Young's like big heel run when him and like Magnus were like buddy with that worldwide elite or whatever global elite?
Mhm.
Dude,
So you guys-
his biggest heel run in Impact is when he went like crazy,
Mhm.
like on his own when he
Like,
went
what
crazy
basically-
and grew the beard.
Yeah, what
and went
basically
psycho.
became his sanity character in NXT was what he
Yes.
was doing in Impact before he left. That was like his biggest heel run because he had the world title and everything at that point. But yeah, I wouldn't mind
can see
seeing
it.
that. I still want Heath Slater. I'm crossing my fingers for
Yeah,
Heath
that's
Slater. Get everyone in
Yeah.
3MB a world title. That's all, I didn't even want Jinder, but if Heath wins it, I'm gonna be happy.
Oh, what about them?
And they do have that other sanity guy there, right? Fulton, Madman Fulton.
Yeah. Yep. Yes.
I can see
Yeah,
them
he
pulling
was part of
something with,
OVW.
maybe get
That's
like
right,
Crazy
yes.
Steve. Get Crazy
Mhm.
Steve to alter his gimmick a little. Maybe get like Shu Young in there to be like
Yeah,
the Nikki
you could have
Cross
a-
and get like a Sanity Light or something.
You get like a whole psycho faction. I know.
Yeah,
I'm
like the
plugging
DK.
myself,
Remember
but-
they had the DK before? Do
Yeah.
like a DK meets
And if you
the
do,
fucking
I'd be happy to
Sanity.
manage it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'll get us in the
they got a
door
lot of creepy
somehow.
guys over there in Impact. I like that.
No,
like
it is pretty
creepy.
cool. They got creepy guys. They got creepy chicks. It's nice. It's
Yeah.
creepy, but
They
it's
got
nice.
creepy fucking James Mitchell in the backstage.
Fear boners everywhere. Just creepy,
Everywhere.
horrifying people.
Everywhere. Good thing
you
they
look.
got rid of Joey Ryan just in time.
Right.
Little boners loose now.
Right.
Free.
Ooh, that was a close one.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Wow.
I can't
I
believe.
still
Only
find the
consensual
comedy.
boners now.
I still
can't
find the
believe-
sweet comedy that he tried to do, like basically the uncensored squad or like
Yeah.
the censored squad.
The right to censor.
Right
Right
to
to
censor.
censor.
Right, the
Yeah,
right
like
time.
cancel
Yeah.
culture.
Right when
Cancel
this was
culture.
like boiling, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
he knew.
Right
He
before.
really has a
It's like
skeleton.
a-
He
I-
started with the whole
Bullshit.
cancel culture bullshit.
And
Yeah,
Alanis
right before all
Morissette
that.
had her like ironic song ready queued up. Like, look, guys, I wrote a song about it. It's right here.
It's like rain.
Yeah. It's like Joey Ryan, cancel culture.
He is more full of shit than a porta potty at a fucking gathering
Yeah.
of the Juggalos.
Uh-huh.
I can't believe I'm saying this because I never thought I would, but fuck Joey Ryan. There, I said it.
Dude,
Yeah.
he like for the longest time, like when I first met him, it broke my heart because I was like, but I liked him so much that I thought, oh man, maybe he's just tired because he's traveling all the time. But now I'm like, oh, you're a piece of shit this whole
Yeah,
time.
it turns out he was an
Yeah.
asshole the whole time.
Yeah. As
But,
I
you know,
was
it wasn't a
thanking him-
gimmick.
As I was thanking him monthly for putting on these great shows, when now I know all he was doing was really like vetting who he wanted to seduce in the backstage.
Yep.
And
Who-
inviting his
Who else
personal
can I
little,
power trip on? All right.
yeah.
You know,
his
fuck
personal play
you.
toys. I'll book her and I'll book her.
But hold on. But you have to do a match where you touch my penis.
Yeah. But to get paid, you gotta grab my dong.
Right?
It's just a wrestling move.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
The South Philly Psycho salutes you, Joey. Get
But
COVID.
anyways.
Anyway,
So who's
Anyway,
watching
positive.
this Impact? Who's watching Slammiversary on the live feed? Anybody?
As
Anybody
long as
gonna,
I have
gonna be watching
internet.
that?
I'm gonna
yeah,
Yeah.
as long as I can
I-
afford it or find it.
I don't.
yeah.
I don't have. See, I'm ill prepared, so I don't have the like. See, I should have segued and had like. Now we can, go through over the match card listing or something, but I don't even have it. But
Oh no, we don't. The thing, I'm not really like the matches are good. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm more watching to see who's gonna pop up.
you
like,
see,
who the
how about the
mystery-
latest one?
If you
Rascal
get some of
today
these
opened-
debuts,
Rascal, I was about to say, Rascal's opened the Open Invitational Tag Team Challenge.
that just
And it
screams
just-
Gallows and Anderson.
Yeah,
right there.
exactly.
Right.
Not only that,
Yeah,
it
I pulled up
screams
the card, I
them
pulled up
wearing
the card.
aces and eights
Yeah.
gear.
I was about to say,
Uh,
it screams them calling out a open challenge, Ace and 8 music hits,
Yeah, you
motorcycles
hear that
roll up.
boom, 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 boom. Yeah.
There it is, yeah.
Hey guys, I pulled up the card. All right, are you ready? So, Impact
Yes.
World Championship vacant is Eddie Edwards
Bacon's winning it.
versus Ace Austin versus mystery opponent.
Mystery opponent
Vacant a mystery. Yeah, the mystery guy wins it. Walks into the title.
walks in and
Walks
wins.
into a boatload of money and a title and instant top star status.
It's the champ.
Yeah.
TNA World Heavyweight Champion Old School Rules match. Moose versus Tommy Dreamer.
Fuck, Tommy Dreamer.
I think Moose wins this one, and then
I hate Moose.
eventually they do the unification storyline where I'm the champ. I'm the
I'm
champ.
biased, but yeah, Tommy Dreamer.
Not a moose fan.
ECW.
Impact Knockouts Championship. Thick Mama Pump
Oh,
Mm.
versus Deanna Purrazzo.
I
The
love
Praise
it.
slightly
all the
thick
way.
virtuoso.
Hurrah.
I'm gonna go with the virtuoso. It's another
I'm going
tri-stater.
virtuoso.
I can't. I'm
Yeah.
biased. I know it. I'm guilty. Virtuoso.
I think she walks in, takes
All
the
day.
title, same thing.
nothing
and
against nothing against
makes
Thick
Jordan have
Mama
to
Pump.
chase.
I think it's going to be like a back and forth kind of rivalry
Yeah.
where they trade title runs, and
I
it's
can
going to
see
be
a
great.
screwy finish.
But it's
yeah,
gonna start
I'm
there.
with that. Okay.
I
Okay.
can see her holding the tights or maybe putting her feet up on the rope during like a schoolboy or something.
Yeah,
Kind of winning,
Doing
winning
like a
dirty to
sneaky.
keep it going.
yeah.
Yeah, keep the feud going. But yeah,
Impact X Division Championship. Willie Mack versus Chris Bay.
Mac
match
all
of the
day.
night right there.
Mac.
Mac. It's going to be a great match, but Mac.
Yeah, Mac.
Impact
I
World
think
Tag Team Champion. I'm
High
sorry, baby.
class. High class. You don't like Mac?
I was going to
No, I'm not a Mac fan.
Yeah.
What?
I love me some Chris Bay, and I know he's gonna
I do
probably
too.
he's gonna turn some heads that night. But I think they give it. Mac is gonna pick it up the win and establish that.
It's going to
fucking
be the match of the
I'm
night.
really
But Mac's
starting,
going to win.
I'm really starting to
Yeah.
notice that
Bashing
Impact
Chris Bay
doesn't
is
have a
insane.
roster that I really care about.
Ooh.
At least not yet.
Yet.
That being
No,
Not
said,
I
yet.
mean,
So far.
No, I get it, Bruce. I understand, Bruce.
all right, next match.
Next
Impact
match.
Tag Team Championship. The North versus Ken Shamrock and Sammy
North.
Callahan.
The
oh,
North.
the North is gonna win.
North.
They've
Yeah.
held those titles for like 18 months. It's not going to end now. Sorry.
And it's not gonna be Ken Shamrock and Sammy Callahan
It
that
won't.
take the titles.
It'll
way.
be Guns and
Weird
Gallows.
scenario, though.
Oh!
Very.
Yep.
All right, gauntlet match. This is a mouthful. Winner becomes number
That's
one
what she
contender
said.
for Impact Knockouts Champions. Did she really though? Did she?
Yeah,
really,
She
though?
did.
babe.
You're right,
Poof.
though.
Let's get here.
Busting them balls. That's what we do here. All right,
Yes.
match.
And not wearing pants.
Alicia Edwards versus Havoc versus Kiara Hogan versus Kimberly versus Kylie Ray versus Nevaeh versus Madison Rain versus Rosemary versus Susie
Ugh.
versus Tasha Steele versus La Huerta Loca, Taya Valkyrie.
Okay, Taya. Taya all day, every day,
Keep going,
twice
I'm
on
almost
Sunday.
there. Keep going, I'm almost there. That match. I'm ready.
Great. He's not wearing
I'm
pants
ready.
and he's got a belt.
I'm ready. That match right there, those names that you just listed,
Yeah.
like this: title contender, title contender, title contender,
contender.
title contender.
Except Susie.
But
I don't-
nobody, no, even Susie.
No, I love the,
but
I love the
nobody's
cutesy
getting past
Susie.
Taya.
No.
Like the
yeah.
weird, like,
She annoys the crap out of me. Like,
Oh, we got
I
a
love
few.
it. She's like a
Anytime
walking
she's popping up
Teletubby
going,
or something.
We got a
where's
few
this
pics.
door go? I was
We
like,
got a few
come
picks
on,
from the
like-
crowd for Kylie
Strangle her.
Ray or for Susie. Oh, Brian just said Taya, so we've got a mixed crowd. But we've got a couple for Kylie Ray, we got a couple for Susie,
So
and
Evan,
Taya.
do you want me to reread that list slower and more Santi, more
seductive.
saucy?
I want
Just
Jose.
add a little-
I
add a
want to hear
little
Jose fucking
Alicia
preach it to me.
Edwards. A little Marilyn Monroe to it.
Alicia.
I want Jose to use his metal voice on me. I want the death metal Jose voice.
Rosemary.
Oh, you gotta be all sexy about it.
Now we're talking.
Like that, yeah.
Here, boner.
Oh, yeah.
He sounds like a
Are we
Decepticon.
literally gonna go through this
No,
whole
dude,
ass list?
No, say Inspector Gadget.
Just missing a yeah.
Dr.
That
Claw.
was Dr. Claw. whatever
Dr.
his
Claw,
name was.
baby.
Yeah.
With the
That
cat.
shit was hilarious. The cat, dude.
Oh, God.
Oh, where's my belt? Oh, man.
Go gadget dude.
Oh,
And then the last
man.
match is
Last
the open
match.
challenge, the Rascals versus TBA.
TBA.
Yeah.
Guns
Aces
and
and
Gallows.
Apes.
Ace and eights. Book it.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
see that.
Look at Dog is just too excited.
It really is.
I might just watch it just because Dom just.
I'm just all over the place, man. I'm pumped.
Okay, all
I'm like,
right.
let's do this. Predictions are my thing. I got these 16 belts for a reason. Let's do it.
But
I'll be Impact champion by the end of the week.
despite
Do we
Brucey
even
not
have
being
that?
No, we do not.
despite
We've
Brucey
never
not
covered
being
an
a
Impact
badass-
pay-per-view.
It doesn't look like that bad of a card, you know.
Mm-mm. No,
I can
it's not
dig
a
it.
bad card, but like I said, I'm more interested to see all the debuts
The surprises, yeah.
than the actual matches, just because you've been waiting for months to figure out where these people are going, and the first place you're going to figure that out is at Slammiversary, because it's literally the first day any of these people can make any moves. So that is intriguing to the point where it's like, all right, matches are good, but who's going to show up? You never
Yeah.
know. You know.
I want to see the live fan reaction videos when the surprise entrant comes in.
Yeah.
I'll make one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might make one. Just
If I can remember to set up my phone in time, I'll do one too.
Yeah, exactly.
wanna
That's
see.
the point.
Yeah.
If
I'll
it just
forget, so I'm not
depends
gonna make
on like how
promises.
drunk
Yeah.
I am at that point.
I'm gonna be throwing shit.
I wouldn't be
Brian
surprised.
says Jose sounds like the lead singer from Cannibal Corpse.
Yeah.
Metal. But if we can,
TRWT the
Guitars.
band, we'll start it.
if you guys don't mind, can we skip back to NXT for one moment? Because they had some action in a match that I've never seen before. And this is kind of the opposite of the Destroyer with the Lucha Bros that blew my mind. This blew my mind for all the creepiest of reasons. This goes back to the end of Damian Priest versus Cameron Grimes. Watch the footage from the exposed turnbuckle and tell me, have you ever seen a man who decided while being pinned, I'll just stroke your balls?
Good match.
I actually wasn't joking. That is actually an inside
One more time.
way for wrestlers to say good match and thank you. I wasn't joking.
By stroking
Yeah.
somebody's taint?
Yeah, yes. I'm not joking.
I don't think that's a thing, man.
It's a weird thing, but that they do that to say thanks.
I don't think that's a thing. I really don't.
Yeah.
It is.
It seemed like to me. It seemed like he
We all
was
just didn't have
almost.
good matches.
He was almost communicating with them after the pin. Like, I'm okay. I'm fine. I'm
I'm
For
all
we know,
good.
Dijakovic might have asked him, you okay? Are you conscious? There's a lot of communication going on.
I know Priest was
he
kind of close to his
letting him
face.
know, like, I'm all good,
You
bro.
think maybe
I'm all
Damian
good.
Priest said, like, rub my taint if you're all right?
Look, I know I've been kind of like the downer of this show. Like I've been like the real asshole. Like, dude, I don't like this, but I cannot stand Cameron Grimes in NXT.
No.
I've never been able to stand Cameron Grimes, to be honest. He's just
No,
not
it like the
I
gimmick,
love
that
Trevor Lee.
the
I
hat,
love-
the
the tie-up
No, I'm with you,
panties.
Brucey.
no Trevor
I
Lee.
love the
Okay,
vest and
no,
he's cocky.
I didn't even like Trevor Lee
No.
that much, to be honest.
no.
Yeah, I dig it. It's different. It's funny.
I'm instant click. Watch something else.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it was a pretty solid match, but that got brought to my attention, and I was like, wait, what? And I watched it like twice, and I'm like, that's not a thing. That doesn't happen. Like, no, there's no rubbing of,
Well, apparently it is, and it does.
It
apparently
happened.
when you're either it's a Cameron Grimes thing or it's an NXT thing. I'm just learning of it, and I had to
Yeah.
share.
Shout out to anybody in the Facebook feed. If you guys ever slam me, I'll let you know I'm okay by the tank grab too. Don't worry.
Even
Oh,
Brian, even
Yeah.
even
got your back,
okay.
guys.
So Hobo Clown saw the footage, and
I'm
he
alright.
said, "What the actual duck?" That's the direct quote.
Mhm.
And Brian said, "I saw the clip about an hour ago. That stroke was so wrong." Yeah, yeah, it really fucking was.
It was just a stroke. He didn't like, boop.
And Max says, "I love him either way." Okay,
As
like
long
to
as-
each their own. I'm
If
cool.
there's no cuppage, it's a go. It's okay. As long as there's no cuppage.
Not in my world.
Caps are allowed.
Like, I don't think I'm ever gonna walk up to Brucey, even if I had the chance. I've been like, "Good show."
No,
Don't come
no.
over, boys.
Like,
and we go back, and still there's not gonna be good show, Brucey.
No.
That WrestleMania is not in LA.
Why do you
Look at me.
Because
Why? Why me?
Great
Why
show.
can't it be like Evan or Jose or something?
Come on.
Why
We go
me?
back. We go back. We've known each other forever, and
Well,
still, if
maybe
I went
this
good
is your
show,
way-
you'd probably
maybe
punch me in the
this would
fucking
be-
face. That's what I'm getting at.
Well, maybe this could be like your opportunity to bond closer with Evan and Jose. Just a little.
yeah,
Nah,
mean,
nah.
they seem
Whatever,
kinda clown.
whatever Jose and everyone want to do with their own time is cool. But
open your
nah.
heart. Open your heart.
Yeah.
Embrace new culture. Tank
Put
taps
some-
for everyone.
Put some powder on
Take
those
that.
digits.
Nah.
Tank taps 2020.
Nope. Hell
That
no.
used to be a new shirt. Take Tap
It's the new
2020.
boop. We gotta boop the balls.
I've got wrestling on my brain, not ball booping. Okay.
No.
What the fuck is this show turned into?
a flat out chaotic feud, to be
Yeah.
honest. And
We
speaking
got
of
death
feuds,
metal. We got ball taps.
right? And
We got
speaking of
belts.
feuds, I think
This
that
is what
brings
happens
us
when
to
Jose's
our
here.
I'm
what
all
should
good as long
be.
as there's cornstarch on those digits.
Oh, stop. That's enough. We're moving on. We're moving on to something a little bit more pleasant, and that would be the Family Feud. It's just like the show, only wrestling style. And if people noticed in groups, whether it be Facebook, Twitter, I asked some questions. I took down the answers. I got rid of all the tweets and posts. I have the questions and the answers here from our groups and our Twitters. And we have two teams. We've got Team Grandma Wendy and her lovely husband going up against the high-class evil squad of Brucey and Evan. I will ask a question.
Yeah. Where's the
Each team-
studio
That's such a lame
audience?
ass name.
I know.
Each
That's
team
fucked
is
up,
going to
bro.
get a...
Is it because we're brown?
No, you know what? You know what?
What?
Our name is going to be the Latino Whistlers, named after Whistler's mother's painting.
That's what's up. I'm okay with this.
You can call yourself whatever you want. I don't really care. So the rules of the game are pretty simple. I'm going to ask each team one question. They're going to give me an answer. Whoever hits, it's just like the Family Feud. If you get the better answer, you have the choice to either play the category or pass it to the other team. We have 3
Now-
questions. The team with the most points at the end of those 3 questions flat out fucking wins because I don't have anything at the end. There's no fast money. I got no money. Sorry, guys. But this should be fun anyway. Brucey, did you have a question?
No, I'm good.
You're good. All right. Well, let's start with the first question. I have the top 10 answers in front of me, and the question is, name a wrestler that couldn't wrestle. Let's start with Team Whistler.
You have
Name a
our name
wrestler.
on there.
Latino.
I'm not looking. Name Latino Whistlers. Name a wrestler that couldn't wrestle.
Eddie Guerrero. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Boy,
Hope just lost his
I will
shit right
find
now.
you. No, I'm about to lose my shit because I will find you and
Hope just booked her flight.
I just
from the
wanted to
UK
spice it up.
fucking murder
It was so
you are
dumb.
wrong.
Love
You
you.
get
So
no
good.
points, and may God have mercy on your soul. Wendy, do you have an answer?
I can't even speak anymore.
Oh my god!
I
I love it. It was like setting off a bomb. I
It
feel
really
like the
was.
Joker.
It really was.
I
was
just
about
want
to stab you
world
in your
burn
throat.
now.
fucking Yoko Ono Zuna. I swear to God.
Ah.
All right, Wendy,
Oh,
take a
What?
breath.
Where are you?
Nia Jax.
Naya. Ah, it hit. One person said it. Okay. High Class Evil. Who wants to start?
Ding,
Brucey?
ding.
Oh,
There's a
go ahead,
ding.
Evan.
I'll let Evan go.
Ding. The Great Khali. Show me the Great Khali.
Number 1 answer.
Yeah.
I should probably put my
Poor
ball.
Great Khali.
But it's true.
It is. It really is. That man couldn't. Even, he couldn't even fucking
Yeah.
walk.
Number
Take
1
a tap for that
answer.
one.
So we've got. Let's see. That was actually 5 separate people said Kali. One said Naya, which is unbelievable because Kali has a wrestling school and Naya is injuring people left and right. But go figure. All right. So High Class Evil has won the category. You can now choose to play this category or pass.
Oh, we're gonna play.
Oh, you're gonna play? Okay.
No one
Yeah.
ever passed
You came-
this. Why do
you
they even
came to
ask
play.
that?
Yeah. Why?
Well, then once again, now that I got
I
my
already don't like
actual
my
sounds
stretcher
up.
and shit. We're here to play.
All right. So we go to Brucey. Name a wrestler that couldn't wrestle.
Oh my god. Marty
like-
Jannetty.
Looking. It's a good answer, but it's not on here.
Oh.
Strike 1. All right, Evil Evan. Name me a wrestler that couldn't wrestle.
Okay. First off, I wanted to say shout out to my mom. Hi, Mom. If you're watching at home.
Oh, hi,
and then I
Mama
wanna
Mama
say-
Evil.
Mama
I wanna
Evil, what's
say,
up?
I'm gonna say I want to go with Jinder Mahal.
Looking for gender. Damn, strike 2. Wow. All right, Brucey, you got to save this for Team High Class Evil.
Steve Mongo McMichael.
We're checking, we're looking.
Why are you guys getting answers, huh? You getting answers?
And it's on the board. 2 people said him.
Bless you,
Alive.
Mongo, wherever you are. Bless you.
1, 2.
All right, Evan.
Oh, still
All right, Evan,
alive.
it's on to you to keep the.
Okay,
We got 2 strikes.
somebody had to have incorrectly said, because I don't agree with this, but someone had to have said Hulk Hogan. Because he can wrestle in Japan. I've seen it. He's just lazy. in WWE.
Yes, one person said it.
Somebody was gonna say it because they're all like, leg drops and big boots is all he got in the ear. But he
Yeah,
can
there's
wrestle. It's just if
Other
you're
one
gonna pay a lot of
person
money
said
to only
this,
do
one
that, why
person
not?
said that. That's why it ended up being a top 10. But
Yeah.
all right, let's go back to Brucey. We still have about 6 answers on the board at least. You have 2 strikes. You got to keep your team in the game here, homie. Who you got? A
Eric is
wrestler?
watching.
Eva Marie. Eva Marie.
Eva Marie.
Mm.
The Red Queen.
She should be on here, but sadly she's not.
Now she's
Strike
going by
3.
Pink Storm or something stupid.
All right,
Just
so
Pink Cannon.
we've got 8 points on the line. Or 9. I'm sorry, we got 9 points on the line. We got the Latino Whisperers up. We need one of the remaining 6 answers for you to steal the board. What do you got? A wrestler that can't wrestle. What do you got, guys?
Goldberg.
Looking, and oh, there he is.
God Damn it.
3 people said it. So 11 points go to the Latino whistlers. I'm sorry.
Ticklers.
Ticklers.
It's right there.
Just ticklers.
Latino ticklers.
You changed it just now.
No, I didn't.
It's been ticklers this whole last time.
Ticklers.
I don't give a fuck. You won.
That's okay. If there's anything I've noticed in this group, we have a lot of people who don't like to read.
Not when you give us 3 pages, front and back.
But when I post a simple thing with simple instructions, no one reads instructions.
I did.
I
Thank
did.
you, Bruce. Points to you, baby.
And I answered just so I could see you say, but why? Because I thought that was funny. All right, so moving on to our second question. We have the top 5 answers on the board, and now points will be doubled in this round as well, just like the other show.
Double.
The question that I'm going to pass to both of you is, name something that wrestling fans always complain about.
Why does he still have the belt?
Storylines? Can we change it?
Storylines is actually on there.
Well, hold on,
he
man.
meant.
This is like
That's what he meant. He meant
had
along
2
the lines
people-
of
we had
storylines.
2
That's an
people say
actual legitimate
storylines.
complaint, though.
No, that's fine.
He's always complaining about how long.
I'll let Brucey and Evan answer. We'll take the best there because 2 people said that one. We've got the top 5 answers on the board. So Brucey, Evan, which one of you would like to go first?
Go for it.
I
Brucey.
got it. Vince McMahon.
It's
Wow,
true. It's
Vince
fucking
McMahon
true.
is actually the number 1 answer.
Damn it.
We had 3 people say that one. So
Oh, we're gonna play.
we put 10 points on the board. There's 3 answers left, and they want to play this shit. Wow. All right, so we got rid of Vince. We got rid of storylines. Evil Evan, name something wrestling fans always complain about.
Bad booking.
You know what? It's on there because work rates being pushed, bad booking. Okay, yes, 2 people said
pushing
it.
the wrong guys.
All right, that works.
Yeah.
That works. Okay, so we got 4 more points on the board, 14 overall, and we're moving on to high class. You have no strikes. There are 2 answers left.
Think.
Something that wrestling fans always complain about.
Charlotte.
It's a good answer, but it's not on there. Sorry,
That
Bruce.
should have been the number 1 answer
That should
because
have been.
how much have we bitched and moaned about her?
I'm telling you, I put this on Twitter. I put it in multiple groups. And nobody said it. I'm amazed.
Female wrestler.
Yeah.
I'm flabbergasted. But we're moving on to Evil Evan. You have 1 strike, 14 points on the line here. We'll give you the lead. Name something wrestling fans always complain about.
I have been told on multiple occasions that I look like a younger version of him, so I'm going to go with Vince Russo.
Wow.
It's true. Fuck Vince.
I don't see it, and I also don't see it on the list.
When I go put on my Giants jersey, I look just like him.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
Good answer.
I thought for sure.
But I don't see the resemblance or on our survey. Sorry, Evil Evan. Brucey, we got 1 strike and 2 answers left. No, I'm sorry, 2 strikes and 2 answers left. So this is big. High class needs to come through in the clutch here. Name something wrestling fans always complain about.
Jim Cornette.
Ooh, good
Damn,
answer,
that's a good answer, too.
Good answer. Good answer.
But it's not on here.
What the fuck?
I know wrestling fans, man. Wrestling fans in groups.
Did we poll only WWE fans?
We posted these in our groups too, so no. All right, so we're on to the Latina ticklers. We have 2 answers left, 14 points on the board. If you get one of the 2, you get the points. If not, high class evil take the lead. Name
I'm gonna
something.
say ratings.
Ratings. Man, that's not on here either.
Keep moaning about ratings.
So high class evil.
Oh.
Steal the
Hold on.
board.
Hold on.
Oh, we needed 1 answer from the group.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh.
So
They got 2 separate answers.
No, we didn't.
No, you guys got two
You
separate
do.
answers to start the show. And then Brucey hit number one, so
We didn't get two separate answers.
to start the round you did. But anyway.
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't. You changed
You're
it.
talking that crazy talk.
All right, let's go.
All right, so High Class Evil now has 14 points. The Latino Ticklers are just behind them at 11. We're going into the final round. Points are tripled. Top 10 answers on the board. I'm going to ask both teams this question, and then we'll go from there. But the game is still tight. Anybody can win, guys. The final question, triple for points, is name the most overused move in wrestling. And we'll let High Class Evil start this one.
You got one, Brucey?
Super kick.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Super kick, number one answer. 11 different people in this survey said super kick. So that's 33 points on the board. You guys have control. You can either play or you can pass it to the Latino Ticklers.
What do you want to do, Evan?
Let's play.
All right, let's play.
All right, so we got super kick off the board, and we're moving to Evil Evan. Name the most overused move in wrestling.
The Destroyer. Canadian, Mexican, whatever, Peruvian, Mongrovian country. Whatever country you're from.
You know what?
Destroyer.
It's on the board. Two people said it. So 6 more points brings it to 39. And you guys have no strikes. You're doing quite well so far. High Class. We got 8 answers left. Name the most overused move in wrestling.
Choke slam.
I'm looking, and I'm not on there.
Oh, fucking people. What the fuck?
See, this is why he couldn't go on this game show. They'd be like, no, get out.
Steve Harvey would just be like, we can't have that kind of language.
Right?
Stupid.
What the hell?
Stupid Steve Harvey. I just want to punch him in the stupid face.
At least I get the answer, the envelopes right as I'm rattling shit
Anger.
off. So that's the difference between him and I.
And
And a little
have my
more
reasons.
hair.
I have my reasons. I don't like Steve Harvey. I have my reasons.
All right, so we're not gonna open that can of worms. We're gonna move on to Evil
No,
Evan. You have 1 strike. You have 8 answers on the board. Name the most overused move in wrestling.
How about the spear?
Ooh, good one. Good answer. Good answer.
It is a decent answer, but it's not on here. So that's 2 strikes.
Get out of here.
You got 39 points on the board. 8 answers left.
Do the spear.
And we are on to High Class to see if we can keep it alive for High Class Evil.
The
8 answers.
cutter / RKO.
I'm looking, and it's on there. 1 person said it.
All it takes is 1.
And it might have been Brucey. No, I'm kidding.
No.
All right, so we got 42 points on the line. You have 2 strikes. There are 7 answers left. Most overused move in wrestling.
Ooh, I got it. Here we go. Confidence. Tope Suicida.
I'm looking.
Ah.
And bingo. 3 people said it. All right, so we'll get rid of Tope Suicida. We'll get rid of the cutter. We've got 6 answers left. We've got 48 points on the board. You guys have 2 strikes, and it's back on High Class. Keep it alive, homie. The most overused move in wrestling.
Son of a bitch. That was a good one, Evan.
He's like, can I pass it back?
Whoa, good push. Holy shit.
Right? That wasn't even me for once. Wow.
Fuck.
That's not on the list. I can tell you that now.
No,
No.
definitely not overused. Underused.
Always underused.
Yeah.
Never enough.
Just can't get enough.
The moonsault.
Can't get enough.
Oh, there it is. I was about to say that.
Sadly, no. Strike 3. All right, so there's
You sure
48
you told
available
wrestling
points.
fans.
I know, right?
I swear I did. We have 6 answers left. We're going to move to the Latino Ticklers. Name the most overused move in wrestling for the game. It's all
Frog
mine.
splash.
Oh.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
All right, let's take a look here.
Or a form of that, the belly flop, whatever.
The 450?
The 450.
Sorry, guys. High Class Evil takes the round to end the game, but with a score of 62-11.
Nice.
All right, the final answers. Let's see. You had gotten number 10. Number 9 was the power bomb. Number 8 was the suplex. Various
The suplex
forms of it, but the suplex. Let's see. We got number 7. Number 6 was the drop kick.
Oh.
People are sick of drop kicks, apparently. Number 5.
I don't know. It seems like they're popping up brand new. Like I haven't seen a lot of people.
I'd never get sick of like Hammerstones or Okadas, but other than that,
I love drop kicks.
Yeah.
Number 5 answer
drop
was the sling blade. Apparently, 3 people said it. We got number 4. Number 3 was the DDT. Multiple variations.
Yeah, that was
the DDT.
Yeah.
I had thought that, yeah.
And the number 2 answer was a move that apparently some people think nobody kicks out of. The Falcon Arrow.
Falcon Arrow.
The best finishing move ever.
Said no one.
Ever.
Ever.
No one
Because
ever.
who kicks out of it, Brucey? Who
Nobody.
kicks out of it?
Won.
Exactly.
Nobody kept out of the
Nobody.
Falcon Arrow.
How come
Not
the
even
Switch
Jose.
wasn't on the list?
No one.
Which is why people say it's the most overused move because everyone kicks out.
It's the
Oh,
most
damn.
devastating move
That
ever.
was the game, y'all.
Yes.
High Class Evil took it. Congratulations.
Yeah.
You are our
Good
Family
job.
Feud winners. And you
Can we
get
put-
Literally have to-
absolutely nothing.
Yeah, we get our endless devotion from the fans. No, can we play
Right.
a game now where we gotta make the little yodeler guy go up and then he falls up the end if you go too high?
I wish I could do that, yo. I love that
Price
game.
is Right.
That's why I do that one next. Let's do it. How much did the Brian Danielson socks cost?
And then-
$4.
And then when the little guy
Baby
fell
shot.
off at the top of the
How
mountain,
much
like
for
went too
these,
far,
how much
you
for
always
the
got
baby
this
booty
at the very
shorts?
end. Right, he just
We got
dip
some
off
crazy
and you'd
objects on
hear
that WWE shop.
Thanks
Yeah,
for
once
playing
you
the
lost.
game. I figured that would be fun. It seemed like it was. I'm glad.
Or the one where you had like race back and forth and like, how many does he have right? 2. Oh, you gotta run back and forth. Oh, I used to love
think
lying
I
that I was sick
cheated?
and stay home to watch that shit.
You're gonna
I'm
win.
sick, Mom. I can't.
We're losing Jose. Bye, Jose.
Oh, bye, Jose.
We got tired of our shit.
Hobo Clown
Yo.
says Bruce cheated. How did he cheat? I got
He
the
needs to-
answers right here.
He
homie.
needs to go eat
Nobody
a
else
bag of.
knows.
Yeah,
bag of what?
no.
Circus peanuts.
Yes, thank you, Circus Peanuts.
Sure.
Although
Like
there
shit,
were,
right?
let's be honest,
They taste like shit.
a lot of people now that I'm looking at the comments did say DDT. So if you were looking at the comments, then you might have known an answer. You gotta listen to the fans sometimes. They're in the background going DDT, DDT.
The live studio audience. Yeah, we should pay attention.
That's why we have a live
Mhm.
studio audience. You gotta check the comments, man. But no, that was good. That was pretty good. I enjoyed the hell out of that. Congratulations to High Class Evil. Maybe we'll get you a coffee mug or something. Oh wait, Bruce has one. Never mind.
Yeah.
Aha.
Maybe we'll get Brucey one with the new logo.
Good night.
Fuck.
That was nice. Nice.
Thank you for the rando video troll there,
You know it happens.
Yoko Ono Zuna.
That's honestly like not even funny anymore. Come on, man.
We need him to announce
Oh,
Abaddon
Zuna, that's not
for
even
next
funny.
entrance.
Neither is
What?
seeing his ear canal up close and personal, but I get it every week.
Not as insulting though.
All right, so do we have any like final thoughts, any final questions, anything we want to throw out there before we finally sign the hell off and get up out of here?
Wendy, I thought they knew how to play the game.
Anything at all?
Do what now?
Do we have any like final things we want to discuss? Any questions? Anything? Because I'm kind of froze on.
Swamp. We got a swamp match on Sunday. Who's excited? No one?
Not me.
I didn't think so.
Is anybody watching Extreme Rules? Because we talked about
like
Slammiversary.
We're gonna get like an eyeball match. We're gonna get a swamp match. We're getting a fucking bar brawl. It's gonna be all kinds of Bruce Pritchard goodness.
I have a plug.
If you want to call it that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm probably not watching. Like, I'm more excited for Slammiversary than I am Extreme Rules for so many reasons.
Yeah,
you know, mainly because I don't really feel like watching another cinematic match. So that's number one. I've already seen an eye for an eye match on AEW Dynamite, so that's number two. I could not give a shit about Seth Rollins or Rey Mysterio, number three.
Wait, you don't care about our potential pirate CrossFit
Seth
Messiah?
Yeah.
No, I do not. I pray to the God of Jeremiah Constantine. So
I want to see Seth Rollins come back with like a cyborg, like red eye, and then we can see what he sees, and it says like Rey Mysterio, 6-time
Messiah
champion,
Kim.
Yeah, like
That would be awesome.
like RoboCop style, you know, fucking threat detected, little like words.
There's being the crowd that I have,
you can go a million directions with it.
You know, being the company I have, the company I have at the moment, and you know, we've talked about it off camera a little bit. One of the things I'd like to discuss would be this whole Legata de Fantasma thing on NXT, where they go around basically saying, since Phantasma took off his mask and changed his name, that they are now the only real luchadors in wrestling, and everybody else in their masks are considered jokes and everything else. Like, are you buying into this line, or are you still under the impression that like this guy is just doing this for a paycheck, in essence? I don't know if she's twirling her hair, giving me the loco thing, you know?
No, I'm twirling my hair. I got a little nub here. No, he definitely sold his soul, and he should be ashamed of himself.
Because it's like really all.
Se vaya la verga.
I mean, obviously, I'm next to, you know, an amazing luchador in an amazing mask, and I've followed it for most of my life. I love luchadors, and I actually love Phantasma, whether it was AAA or Cuerno in Lucha Underground. I followed him for a while, and when he pulled his mask off, I was pissed. And then when he came back and he started all this stuff talking about how he's a true luchador and he's going to spread the legacy of Phantasma by doing this and taking off his mask and running around with two guys who literally you may not have heard of or you don't recognize the name of. And then on top of it, everybody else that wears a mask is nothing but a joke. This just feels like an upgraded version. And thank God it's upgraded, but it feels like an upgraded version of the Mexicools all over again in NXT. I mean, yeah, they're not riding lawnmowers. They're sitting in penthouse suites and they're sipping drinks and they're in suits. So it's definitely, no offense, Brucey, it's definitely more high class, but it still feels similar.
Yeah, it's still taking shots down.
Call it what you call it. You want to call it high class, whatever it is. It's called selling out. It's trash.
Yeah.
Oh, agreed.
All it is.
I'm just saying,
to deny and negate generations of people who have put their heart and soul into this. Yeah, you can choke on it. You can just choke on my fucking bean flavored farts.
I mean,
Wow.
yes, he himself is basically shitting on two generations in his own family by removing that mask and starting all this, and he seems to be okay with it.
If you want to remove your mask, that's one thing, but then to be like talking trash about it, nah, man.
Yeah,
nah.
And honestly, like going back as far as I have, the only time you ever really saw a luchador remove their mask is if they lost it in a match.
Yeah.
If it was on the line and they lost it, they removed it. They never put it back on. Other than that, they pretty much kept it. Nobody ever just took it off. Like just one day said, fuck it, here I am. You know, even Juventud back in WCW lost his mask to Jericho, took it off, never put it back on. Like that's pretty much the way that it went. Phantasma is one of the very few who just went, fuck, here's my face. I'm on WWE now, why not? Yeah, I'll shit on my own legacy, why not?
But the whole story itself doesn't make sense. Like kayfabe-wise, why, if you were DJ Z or the Raul Mendoza guy, like, why would you team up with another cruiserweight to help him win the belt in the division that you're in,
going after
and
the
you're never now going to ever get a shot at that belt because you're just like a background player.
That was
Like,
going to be
why
my
take-
next point.
Why would you take that? Like, you know, a guy comes up to me and says, "Hey, dude, you want to help me get the belt, and you do some dirty work, but I'll be the champion. You just get to stand there." I'm like, no, fuck you. I want the belt. Like,
Right?
Yeah, it's
That
That
basically
was going
setting
to be my
yourself up
next
for
point.
failure.
Thank you, Evan.
yeah. Had he picked like two big bodyguards that weren't in the cruiserweight division, like a AOP or even like a Diamond Dijak or a bigger guy, but these are two guys who should be fighting him for that belt. He's literally taking out
What would have
his own division.
What would have
Makes no
made
sense.
more sense is if he aligned himself with like Malcolm Bivens and that big Indian tag team that he's now managing,
Yeah,
and
the
took over the
guys.
cruiserweight division, because these two big bulls are going to make sure that
He wins.
he keeps that title, and then
Yeah.
Malcolm is the brains behind all of it.
It
But
just
to
makes
put
no
yourself-
sense. Like, what would be Joaquin DJ, whatever, Wild Z guy? What would be his motivation to like do this? It makes no sense to me.
My only answer to that is to get on TV, because he's been in NXT for a while, and this is maybe the first time we've seen him in like multiple consecutive weeks since he's gotten into this story. Other than that, you see him here, you see him there. He gets squashed, he goes away. He gets kidnapped, he goes away. This is the first time he's actually had like a weekly role in television time. So maybe he was that desperate. I don't know. That's just my educated guess from watching and seeing the way things had went. It makes no sense to put two other cruiserweights with the cruiserweight champ to help him keep a title that you yourself could go after, but you just don't. Well, why not?
Yeah.
Are you wrestlers? Like, don't you want to be a champion? Like, why are you doing it then? You know, otherwise, like money and TV. There's the answer. I mean, I had to bring it up. Even Brian is saying, yeah, that dude is disrespectful, to say the least.
Bandito had sold out. This is what he called him. He called him a sellout.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. I had to slide my screen up. I see it now. Okay. Yeah, it's absolutely true, to say the least. I mean, it's definitely, it feels that way, and they keep going with it, and they keep, pushing these guys, giving them wins over Drake and Breezango, and doing these vignettes, and I'm like, this is just a bad look overall. Like, I don't know if everybody feels that way, because I don't know if everybody follows Lucha Libre the way that I do, or Wendy, or Evan, maybe even Bruce, but to me, it just feels disrespectful. And yeah, Mac, you make a great point too. It is WWE. Yeah.
Sure. What do we expect?
Outside of that, that's pretty much all I got. So unless anybody's got anything else, we can just sign off.
I'm all out of steam.
We had some nice chit chat. We played a nice game. We gave you our take on Lucha Libre. We went all over the board with this episode. NWA, Impact, NXT, AEW. We gave you our own shit. I hope you enjoyed the hell out of it, especially after like a 2 or 3 hour live feed yesterday, which we enjoyed the shit out of. So now that I've said all that, thank everybody for watching, and let's go to Bruce to give us the social medias.
Wait. I have to promote something.
What are you promoting now?
So keep your ears and eyes out, y'all, for the crossover of the century between Suplex podcast, which is our very own Felipe's, and with myself, with the first class.
Are you guys going to do a top rope superplex?
We're gonna do a top rope suplex crossover in Espanol. So if you don't speak of the Spanish, just tune in anyways. Just give us those ratings, y'all.
If you were in our watch along, you heard it first. But now that this is going on YouTube and everything, everybody knows. But if you were in the watch along for Fight for the Fallen last night, you heard it there first. So please to come to Top Rope on Facebook. Come on in. We're waiting.
We will be planning over the next couple of days, and hopefully we'll have it out for you guys maybe within the next week or two. So keep your ears out.
And by the way, yes, Felipe, we definitely will be doing something with you again, whether it be a watch along or a crossover or something. We will be doing. We may do a Spanish and an English version of Top Rope Superplex. That would be fun. We have you and Wendy cut it up, and then you can come on with us. We'll all hang out. It'll be great. We love Felipe. You're welcome anytime, bro. CWO. So now that we got that, I didn't even know about that surprise. Now that we got that surprise cat out the bag, Brucey,
Go back to my chicken bake now.
hit us with the social medias, homeboy, because I don't want you to cry.
The only thing they keep me around for. So look at this.
Pretty much.
If you're watching us live right now on Facebook, you know you can find us at Top Rope Wrestling Talk on Facebook. We are a publicly traded Facebook group. That means you can come in. We'll come invite yourself. We'll accept you. Come in, talk wrestling, shoot the shit, watch our videos, do what you want to do as long as it's wrestling related. Then you can also find us on, actually, let me rewind. And don't forget to check out TRWT merch on Facebook as well. Buy our shirts. We've got mugs. Working on face masks. Yeah. So get on there, TRWT merch. Check us out. Hit us up with a message if you want a shirt. Then you can also find us on Twitter at TopRopeWT, where we just go on, and like Dom said, he pulled Twitter for the feud game tonight, and you know, we go on and do stuff like that.
Gonna keep doing it. So
yes. Then you can also find us on Instagram at top_rope_wrestling_talk is where you can find us on Instagram. Then you can also find us on the YouTube. You can find us on YouTube at FoxDem Productions. We are the flagship show on FoxDem Productions.
Without a doubt.
We also have two other shows, which is Mutant Rejects, where Dom and his wife and I believe your brother, right? Talk about anything comic book, mutant, whatever. It's all comic book.
MCU, Marvel stuff, DC. We just have fun with it. Preview movies, whatever.
And then
it's a good time. Join the Reject family. We love you.
then you can also check out Drunk Upon a Time, and if you're lucky enough, you'll check out Drunk Upon a Top Rope as well. We may come back with another special.
We may get some fans in and come back and do another special with that, like we did with the watch along, but just a little bit more, because there was so much to talk about after that live feed that like we almost never got off. I was like dozing off. We were talking about everything. Movies, sports, everything. So I thought, maybe we'll bring some of those guys back and we'll do that kind of special so we can get it all out there, like just let fans enjoy it. That'd be cool. Oh, and Jose's saying he's waiting for the Muppet logo. Again, if you watched our watch along, you would have known.
If you watched last night, you'd know.
It's already in the works, homie. It's already in the works. And we love you too, Brian and Felipe and Peter. Thank you for joining us last night. We will probably catch you next week because we're definitely not doing an Extreme Rules kickoff, and we already covered Slammiversary.
But unpacking.
And I'm gonna kick back and watch Slammiversary this weekend, have a good time, get drunk. It's gonna be fun, and avoid Extreme Rules. So everybody stay safe out there, wear a mask, don't be a low-key, and as Grandma Wendy always says,
stay fresh, cheese bags.
Goddamn right. Enjoy your weekend, y'all.